Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time, this is Last Call Live from Green Brain Comics. Good morning, folks, and welcome. My name is Dan Merritt. I am Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics. And I'd like to welcome you all here, both on YouTube and Facebook and anywhere else this gets posted later. Every week we bring you a curated list of comics and graphic novels that will be going to print next week and are scheduled to hit the shelves as soon as 4 weeks from now. We are here today to share this info and give you one final chance to subscribe and or special order before Sunday, January 14th at 5 p.m. Last Call Live is brought to you. Where am I? Wow, that went quick. Yeah, Last Call Live is broadcast live from Studio G version 5.0 in East Downtown Dearborn. Welcome to Last Call Live. Green Brain Comics and Last Call Live are powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com. Mobile apps available for Android and iPhone. Start up an account online or sync up to your existing account. Order and pay securely online and make sure you never miss an issue. I will be using Comichub today to show you items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders carousel. Once you get signed into Comichub, get back to it. Once you get signed in, you see the menu here, Aside Items. That's for anything that you have assigned to your account and set aside for you in physical reality here at Green Brain Comics. And to the right, you have the Shop Coming Soon tab. That is everything that we will be looking at today. That's all of these fine carousels that you see here on this page. The top carousel is called Current Search, but this is basically everything searchable from the most current 3 catalogs or 3 months worth of catalogs. You can search for that on the upper toolbar there, or you can scroll side to side for this carousel. On the next one, this is preview pages, PDF previews for some of the books that we will be looking at today and are coming up in the near future. The next carousel is the Last Call for Final Order Cutoff carousel. That's the one we will be looking at today. It's a kind of an interesting list that I will talk to you further about soon. But first, let me show you the bottom carousel. That is all of the items that we are expecting next week, next Wednesday, here at Green Brain Comics. That would be January 17th. Okay, back up to the Last Call carousel. Once you click through on that one, you'll see that on the top you have more filters and that you scroll up and down. We got publisher, category, brand, etc., and we also have alphanumeric. One important note about I could do that one. One important note about the current list for FOC up on Comichub is this is an incomplete list. There's been some delays this week in getting the information and data from the publishers. Hopefully the rest of the material will be up very soon. And additionally, there is no DC Comics publishing items solicited this week. I believe that's because of Monday's upcoming holiday. So a very short list today. We'll try and show you some good highlights, and what I cannot show you right now, I hope to show you in some shorts later this afternoon. I will be wearing long pants though. Okay, I'd also like to welcome customer Yang Maven into the chat at YouTube, and of course my beautiful partner, I'm sorry, my brilliant partner, Katie Merritt, is there moderating for us. And I see that we're also live over on Facebook. Hope that you have access to one or the other of these streams and it is of some value to you. Okay, first thing we'll be showing you today is a spotlight on, oh yeah, let me show you that. This is a spotlight on Last Call for Younger Readers, calling all young minds, unleash the power of graphic novels. Fuel visual literacy, ignite imagination, and conquer reluctance. Embrace the magic of reading now. And what's more magical than the Wombats? This is the second volume in the Wombat series from Penguin Books by cartoonist Maddie Frost, and it is entitled Wombats Go to Wizard's Wharf. Let me get that. There it is. Wonder what happened to that. Oh well. Moving on. Next thing we got for younger readers is this beautiful looking graphic novel from Tundra Books from writer Christine D.U. Chung and artist Salwa Mahioka. This is entitled Viewfinder. Very pretty artwork. Wow. Get right in on that one. And that will be available on February 14th here at Green Brain Comics. You can secure your copy before Sunday at 5 p.m. Next up, we will be looking at a spotlight on manga. Just a couple things to show you today. Hopefully more soon. First thing is Gazing at the Star Next Door. This is volume 1 from Kodansha Comics and writer Amitsu. Uh-oh. You know what? Because this only shows an author, I wonder if this is a novel. I'm suspicious. Either way, that is available for pre-order and will ship on February 7th. And then we have Punch Drunk Love, the manga, volume 1 from Seven Seas Entertainment from writer Moscaretto and artist Okdong. Or Moscaretto. That's probably better. Okay, next up we've got just one special item to show you, and it is a doozy. I've been happy to present these beautiful What If Disney variants from the Marvel line, specifically always gracing one of the covers of the Amazing Spider-Man series. This is for issue 43 of that series from artist Lorenzo Pastrovicchio. This is the Disney What If variant, giving tribute to the X-Men #1. I don't think that was a Kirby cover. Who did that cover? Hey panel of distinguished chatters. Who did that original cover for X-Men #1? Interesting. Good question. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 43 What If variant. And that's, whoa, what's going on here? Okay, next up we have a spotlight on graphic novels. Discover captivating, that's not it. There it is. Discover original graphic novels and trade paperbacks collecting the hottest news stories from publishers big and small. Don't miss the excitement. Last call for graphic novels. First thing from Dark Horse today is the collection of the alternates from the World of Minor Threats. This is from writer Patton Oswalt and Jordan Bloom. along with Tim Seeley and Christopher Mitten. We have Deadpool versus Wolverine by writer Larry Hama and artist Adam Kubert, with this cover by Simone Bianchi. This goes back in the Wolverine library all the way back to 1988, and then some Deadpool from 97, and some works where they team up from 95 and 99, a whole bunch of different stuff. 336 pages. That is a prodigious tome. Deadpool versus Wolverine, available on March 27th. We get a modern era epic collection of Spider-Girl. This is volume 1. This goes back to the very first What If story, and then the series that was inspired by it that started in 1998. By Tom DeFalco, Ron Frenz, and others. Then we get a collection of the Dark Droids series. This is focusing specifically on the Dark Droids miniseries, while the other tie-ins, I'm sure, will be collected within those series themselves. And the Ultimate Invasion graphic novel Volume 1, since this was a mini-series, there's only a Volume 1. From Jonathan Hickman and artist Brian Hitch. This precedes the launch of the Ultimate Universe proper that started this week with the sellout of Ultimate Spider-Man. This essentially gave a new jump-on point for folks interested in the Ultimate Universe. That will be available on March 27th. That does it for graphic novels. Next up, we'll look at a few new printings. First new printing is a second print for Fall of the House of X. That was the one shot that came out last week, not this week. Fall of the House of X number 1 second printing has a new cover by Phil Noto, with interiors by Jerry Duggan and Lucas Verneck, and available on February 18th. Then we get a facsimile edition from the weekly shipping schedule. This is Secret Wars number 2. A facsimile of Uncanny X-Men 268. This was a story, a very popular story in its time and now legendary, by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee, and it also is the inspiration for a new mini-series that spins out of some of the events that are reprinted here in this facsimile edition of Uncanny X-Men. And there's lots more second prints that will be available in the FOC this week. We're just waiting for the publishers to get that information up. Again, I will get back to you soon with some focuses on those things. Next up, we have second issues. There it is. Love the first issue of that new series? Don't miss out on the next chapter. Last chance for second issues is here, so you can continue enjoying these exciting new series. And let's see, this started just, I think last week. Beware the Planet of the Apes is a new story set within the original timeline within the timeline of the original movie series. This is written by Mark Guggenheim, with interiors by Alvaro Lopez, and this beautiful cover by Torrin Clark. Available on February 14th. And then we have Fall of the House of X number 2. Yeah, I should have put that number 1 second print in here. But here it is, folks. It's the next part by Jerry Duggan and Lucas Verneck, with this Pepe Larraz cover. It looks like Polaris is going to be doing some power moves. That looks cool. This is really coming to an epic conclusion here for the Krakoan era X-Men story. We get a second issue of Vengeance of Moon Knight from Jed MacKay and artist Alessandro Cappuccio, with this cover by David Finch. And there's the second print of the #1 issue. I think we may still have a copy or two, but we'll make sure to get these new second prints with this, I think, interior page from Alessandro Cappuccio as the cover. And that'll do it for second issues. Next up, we have Last Call for first issues. It brings you thrilling new series pitches, dazzling variant covers, and a chance to secure your copies for release day. Don't miss out on the excitement. That's right, folks. And there's lots of excitement in this week's FOC list, but keep in mind this is a short video due to lack of a bunch of data on these items. So hopefully we'll get that info posted up on Comichub soon. Be back to check us out later this afternoon for more info on some of these upcoming series like Thundercats. The Thundercats #1 is on FOC this week. But yeah, even though this is a last call for first issues, these are all one-shots that we're showing you here from the Godzilla Rivals series. Though they call this a #6, these are all one-shots by different creative teams, all focusing on different characters. This issue focuses on Mothra versus Mogera. Mothra is a great protector and friend to humanity. But not everyone believes the monster is always going to be on our side. When an anti-kaiju group controlling the powerful robotic Mechagodzilla and Mogera attacks Mothra's home, it's up to a few brave souls, an injured Mothra, and a little extra robotic help to save the day. Godzilla Rivals Mothra versus Mogera has is written by Johnny Parker II with art by Winston Chan, who also did this A cover, and we get a B cover by Michael Vasquez. This will be available on February 21st, a page count of 52 pages at $7.99 cover. This is a beautiful thing, and I'm very excited to present this to you this week to order. Get your copies secured on Comichub. Next up is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles source book. I'm guessing this is going to feature articles and art pieces that correspond to the different characters, locations, events, and companions in this 4-issue series by writer Patrick Eiler. With a cover price of $7.99. Comes in at 100 pages, very nice, and has this cover by Mateus Santaluco. Okay, hey, just a heads up, they are resoliciting TMNT The Last Ronin #2. Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution #1. They added some extra details to the offer for us retailers, so they figured they'd offer it again to the customers. Here it is. This is the first issue and all of its covers. It comes. This is, of course, a sequel to the most. Let's see. Maybe the best-selling TMNT graphic novel, and more than a decade after the last Ronin defeated the Foot Clan, New York City finds itself in a state of steady decline. Now the disparate gangs vie for economic and political control, and the chaos is taking its toll. It's clear to Casey Marie that if something isn't done soon, the city she knows and loves will be lost forever. So whether they're ready or not, she and her young pupils must raise a new coalition and lead the charge to keep the peace. Witness the rise of the next generation of TMNT as they fight to restore peace to the streets they live below. Legendary TMNT co-creator Kevin Eastman proudly presents the next epic chapter of The Last Ronin, reassembling the acclaimed creative team from the original monster bestseller for a second oversized prestige format miniseries event. This will be available on March 6 with a cover price of $8.99. Page count 52 pages, written by Kevin Eastman with art by the Escorza brothers. We have this A cover by the Escorza brothers. We got this B from Kevin Eastman himself. This one, let's see, that's by Ben Bishop, who was an artist on one of the issues of the first volume. And this cover is by Luis Antonio Delgado. Pardon me. That's the one. And finally, we get this Dia de los Muertos cover by Jay Gonzo. All of these available on March 6th for your special ordering convenience. It is available on Comichub right now at comichub.com. Get your orders in by Sunday, January 14th at 5 p.m. We got a few new series from Marvel Comics this week. Night Thrasher #1 is a new series, a new take on a classic character from the 90s by writer Jay Holtham and interior artist Nelson Daniel. It's time to thrash the night. The death of a loved one draws Dwayne Taylor back to New York City, though his days as Night Thrasher are long over. But Dwayne finds the past difficult to outrun when Silhouette, his ex-teammate from the New Warriors, seeks his help against a new criminal called the OG. And the mystery of the OG's true identity and what's to come will change Night Thrasher's legacy forever. Don't miss this brand new direction for a cult classic character who's leaving the 90s behind him. Oh, we got a couple different covers here. We got this A cover from Alan Qua. A Davi Go cover that's very nice. Kick flipping off a building. A classic Greg and Tim Hildebrandt Masterpieces variant. Oh, a very nice one. A very animated look from Luciano Vecchio. I don't know if this is Mark Bagley. I don't think so. I don't see an autograph, though. Oh, well. It's a very nice cover. And this phenomenal cover by Tradmore. It all wraps up this beautiful first issue from Night Thrasher by Jay Holtham and Nelson Daniel. Okay, next up is, let's see, one of the last two things I'll show you today. This is also from Marvel Comics, a new ongoing series for the very fun and future classic character Spider-Punk. An Anarchy in the Spider-Verse. Spider-Punk gets his own series. Hobie Brown is the anarchic Spider-Punk. Oh my gosh, this is great. Wow, why is that solicit different? All right, I'll just read this one. Set to protect Earth 138 with his axe in hand and his chaotic band of punk-rockin' heroes backing him, Norman Osborn is dead, but will the chaos he's created be too much for Spider-Punk and gang to handle? Feel the vibes as Cody Ziegler and Justin Mason bring you the jams when Band in DC begins here. Nice. This beautiful book has an equally beautiful cover by Takeshi Okazaki on A. We got a B cover by Carrie Andrews. Wow, look at that. That's phenomenal. Playing off that classic Todd McFarlane cover. Very nice variant by Olivier Coipel. A Window Shades variant that actually entertains me by Todd Knock. And that's it for Spider-Punk #1, available on February 28th. If you want any of these variants, Please do pre-order them. I don't know if I'll be getting any of these for the shelf. Otherwise than A. If you want any of these variants, get those orders in by Sunday at 5 on Comichub. And last thing for today's episode is a new What If one-shot called What If Venom? What if Venom? Years ago, in a familiar church tower, the Venom symbiote was spurned by Peter Parker and found a willing host in the vengeful and wrathful Eddie Brock. Or at least that's the story you know. From rising stars Jeremy Holt and Jesus Hervas comes an all-new look at what makes the Marvel Universe's most sinister symbiote tick, with a journey that reimagines his early days, bonded to a host with a rage and temper entirely different from those of Eddie Brock. Oh my gosh, it's only got a couple covers. This A cover is, of course, from Lionel Francis Yu, and this very nice artist variant by John Boy Myers. What If Venom #1 hits the shelf on February 28th. Get your orders in on Comichub by Sunday at 5 p.m. And we'd be happy to get any of these variants for you that are of course, open order and standard cover price. Okay, next up we have a little info about some events that are coming up very soon. First up is our monthly event called Brain Candy. Brain Candy is a review of local and national talent at this point. We have a musician, a poet, a prose writer, and a visual artist present to you throughout the hour-and-a-half program. Those creators from this month's program are, let's see, Brain Candy presenting music by James Russell Project. Also presenting poetry by Danny Little. The prose of Dennis Fields and the visual art of Mariah Mitchell will all be presented to you on Monday, January 15th at 7 p.m., brought to you free of charge by the Emerging Writers Network and Green Brain Comics. And join us back here on Tuesday night at 6:30 for Brain Scan. It is our weekly live preview of the new comics that are hitting the shelf on Wednesday, New Comic Day. January 17th. That happens Tuesday night at 6:30. And then we have, what do we have? Here it is. Oh, come on. And of course, join me back here sometime next week. I'm kind of reevaluating this schedule because I seem to be missing a lot of the, let's see, get that up. I seem to be missing a lot of the data because it just doesn't get posted on my schedule. I have to be patient and wait for other people's schedules. So that may require some readjusting of Last Call Live, but for those of you that have been watching, I appreciate your eyeballs and your attention. We will be bringing some more information to you about lots more books that will be available on FOC hopefully this afternoon, including Thundercats #1. Thunder. Yes, indeed, folks. Thanks for joining us on Last Call Live, broadcasting live from Studio G in the heart. In the middle of this beautiful neighborhood of East Downtown Dearborn. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We are Green Brain CMX on X. All the links to our shopping cart website and Comichub are below in the description. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics.